Israel-Hamas war. As hostages return home, details of captivity emerge. Plastic chairs as beds, meals of rice and bread, and hours spent waiting for bathrooms. As former hostages return to Israel after 7 weeks of Hamas captivity, information about the conditions of their confinement has emerged. The 58 hostages freed under a ceasefire deal over the past 3 days have largely stayed out of the public eye, with most still in hospitals. Nearly 2 months after Hamas militants dragged them into Gaza during a bloody cross-border attack on Israel that also killed 1,200 people, most freed hostages appear to be in stable physical condition. Information about the conditions of their captivity has been tightly controlled, but family members of the released hostages have begun to share details about their loved ones' experiences. Mirav Raviv, whose 3 relatives were released by Hamas on Friday, said they had been fed irregularly and had eaten mainly rice and bread. She said her cousin and aunt, Keren and Ruth Munda, had each lost around 7 kilograms, 15 pounds, in just 50 days. She counted the days of her captivity, Adar said. She came back and she said, "I know that I've been there for 50 days. Adar said that her grandmother was taken captive, convinced that her family members were dead, only to emerge to the news that they had survived. Still, her release was bittersweet. She also found out that her house had been ravaged by militants. In the 50 days since the hostages were taken captive, Israel has devastated the Gaza Strip with a ground and air offensive that has killed at least 13,300 Palestinians, according to the health ministry in the Hamas-ruled territory. Under the current 4-day ceasefire, Hamas has agreed to release a total of 50 Israeli hostages in exchange for Israel releasing 150 Palestinian security prisoners and ramping up aid to the pummeled enclave. 18 foreign nationals, mostly Thais, have also been released. 11 more hostages are set to be released Monday on the last day of the ceasefire, leaving close to 180 hostages in the Gaza Strip. Israeli authorities have said that they are willing to extend the truce 1 day for every 10 hostages released by Hamas. The fullest image yet of life under Hamas captivity was conjured by 85-year-old Yocheved Lipschitz, a hostage who was freed before the current ceasefire. Upon her release, Lipschitz said she had been held in tunnels which stretched under Gaza, like a spider web. She said her captors told us they are people who believe in the Quran and wouldn't hurt us. Lipschitz said captives were treated well and received medical care, including medication. Ayel Nouri, the nephew of Adina Moshe, 72, who was freed on Friday, said his aunt had to adjust to the sunlight, because she had been in darkness for weeks. She emerged to the news that her husband had been killed by the militants and her son's family had miraculously survived. Israel has made counseling and other support available to those who have been released. Ohad Munda, Raviv's nephew, was surrounded by friends soon after his release, as they celebrated his 9th birthday a month late with ice cream and pizza in a hospital ward. Ohad's friend, Eitan Vilchik, told Israel's Channel 13 that his friend was emotionally strong, and already able to answer their questions about what he ate and what happened to him while he was in captivity. But Ohad's friends refused to share details, saying they wanted to respect his privacy.